They thought it was over after one match last week. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on. Come on. After the Queen dies, is Man City really going to win the title race? Hell no. Just wait till Gabriel Jesus comes back. It is all but over. Arsenal are on top of the table with one last match played, then Man City. It is all but over. Come on. Did you really think Arsenal were not going to win the league after GOONER Queen Elizabeth's death? I mean, come on now. Did you really expect anything else to happen? Come on. In poetic fashion, once a GOONER, always a GOONER. The ball hits the post, hits off the head off of EMILIANO Martinez. Good evening. The former Arsenal manager Unai Emery. The former Gooners provide the spark for Arsenal, and you cannot even score a goal against Nottingham Forest. Erling Haaland, my Lord, how did you not score right there? You don't make any subs, Pep Guardiola. Even Pep Guardiola wants Mikel Arteta to win this title race. Even Pep wants Mikel to win. You can play mind games for next year. Hey, we've lost the hunger. We've lost the passion. And that's where Pep Guardiola has you beaten for next season. He's going to play these mind games to lead up to next year. That's Mourinho-esque what Pep Guardiola is going to do. I mean, when you have a championship striker, when you're not winning these matches, when you draw against Brentford, when you lose against Everton, when you lose against Man City, when you fail to pick up points in another match, I forgot which opponent it was. You don't have a top Premiership striker. We have a championship striker, Eddie Nketiah. I mean, if you had a real Premiership striker, 22nd, 23rd minute, boom, that's a goal. 1-0 to Arsenal against Manchester City in the 22nd, 23rd minute. Eddie Nketiah was not good. He was not good enough because if Gabriel Jesus were a striker during the match against Man City, that's 1-0 Arsenal at the Emirates in the 22nd, 23rd minute. Gabriel Jesus, any top striker in the Premiership would have buried that chance right there. That's just the reality. The pundits all said otherwise. It's the same old Arsenal narrative. But Man City are dropping points, whatever reason they're dropping points. They're not hitting their chances, or Pep Guardiola just wants Mikel to win, or the entire entity as a whole, the Premiership, is going to satisfy the script of the apprentice defeating the master. That's what you have with Mikel Arteta. They've won the league for Queen Elizabeth. Arsenal win the league. I will say it again. They win the league away from home. They've done it at Old Trafford. They've done it at White Hart Lane. Seems like history is favoring a repeat of Arsenal winning the league away from home. They did so at White Hart Lane at Old Trafford. The Etihad. At the Etihad, you're going to see the difference between not having a Premiership striker and having Gabriel Jesus back in action. Over 60% possession against Manchester City. The script is for Arsenal to win for the GOONER Queen Elizabeth. If you're wondering why Manchester City is self-sabotaging, it's because it's a whole script for the whole Premiership to satisfy. Even Pep Guardiola doesn't care if you don't win the Premiership. He's just playing mind games for next year. Yeah, I didn't see exactly what happened, but he's playing the ball outside his box or something. Yeah. It'll be a script for a quadruple whatever, but that's only for a couple weeks or so. Who are we kidding? They're deluded if they think they're winning the league, Man United. they had a VAR help them beat Arsenal, and then Nikita scored right there. He was in the right spot. And they didn't do anything to try to win the second half at the Emirates. They just sat back, and Arsenal just controlled it like it was against a team in relegation zone. It's over. Man City are dropping too many points. They're dropping too many. They said it was all over this past week. That was never true to begin with. It was always in the bag for the Gunners. It was always in the bag for the right moment when Gabriel Jesus returns, that it is all but over. Mikael is winning the Premiership. The GOONER, Queen Elizabeth, after her death, sees Arsenal win the league. Are we going to see West Ham win the European Conference League? That's pretty interesting, because West Ham's her second favorite team. Then there'll be zero doubt that it's all rigged for the Queen. And God save the Queen. Big oil going down. Arsenal in the league. We knew Napoli was winning for Maradona. That is almost a certainty. And now it's a certainty now that Arsenal have got this in the bag for the Queen, as Napoli got this in the bag for Maradona. All we do is keep on winning over here. We had Argentina winning the World Cup. There we go. I'll go with April because the guy has scored 26 goals in the Premiership, and Arsenal have a game in hand. And as you said, Partey and Jesus back, and then Xhaka overcoming his past mistakes. Xhaka overcomes the penalties, the missing the top four. Arsenal win the league. They end the year against Wolves, against Nottingham Forest. They have Everton next week. Not that far away from its last matchup against Everton. They know what to expect and what have you. No different manager since Sean Dyche was there for the first matchup. But they struggle at Goodison Park. Former Everton player, before he went to Arsenal, Mikel Arteta. This is the moment right here where you beat Leicester and you beat Everton, and you get closer and closer and closer. Whatever you do, you don't even think about the Europa League. You don't think about the Europa League. You go field a Mickey Mouse lineup for the Europa League, because this is the Premiership. And they care more about the Premiership now. If you win the Europa, then that's a bonus. But first and foremost, Premiership. But hey, that always doesn't work out that way, because even though they say that Barcelona has the La Liga in hand, I think Ten Hag is ready to reverse some past history with Man U struggles against the La Liga, against Sevilla and Villarreal and Barcelona. And I think Pogba returned for Juventus and Man United down the line. I reckon Pogba's going to play eventually at some point. I don't know what the hell is taking the guy so long. Well, they did visit the Queen right before the Emirates Stadium opened back in 2006. So there's that. And just like the Queen is a monarch and the absolute ruler, Wenger was a dictator for all these years. Like, the king or the queen would be for his or her particular country. So Wenger is a dictator like the queen. But yeah, this is not your typical Man City. This team is inconsistent. They're rubbish. They're trash. They ain't done nothing this year. They ain't done nothing. If this was any other year, they're on top, but it's so inconsistent. They don't know how to put their chances away. They ain't done nothing this year to put away their chances. With how crap everyone else has been, hey, despite Arsenal being all crap the last few weeks, they're the most consistent team out there. Doesn't matter if they lose to Man City. The fact is, they're consistent. They didn't go out and buy a striker, but they bought the Belgian. But they, even with playing with the championship striker, they're still on top of the Premiership table. Man, you are not there. Yeah, they're not there. Chelsea are garbage. No Abramovich, no party. Liverpool, no midfield. Tottenham keeping the same mediocre players, like Links and Dyer and what have you. They're mediocre all over, don't want to invest or anything. So with Chelsea worse, with Liverpool down, Arsenal replaced them, Man United on the up. The league is not totally weak, but again, Liverpool and Chelsea have been terrible. Not even close to the Europa position, although after Newcastle's loss today, they may be somewhat close. It may give Liverpool a chance, whether that's by design or not. If Nick Pope purposely touched the ball out of there, why would a player get suspended from the Carabao Cup final? But possible for Saudi Arabia to win, but I think the narrative is for Ten Hag in this one. Maybe if Eddie Howe loses this one, that, hey, the Saudi owners are like, Eddie Howe is not good enough. He did the job well to kind of lead the way for the future, but losing the Carabao Cup final would allow the Saudi state to go out and splash the cash on a manager with established pedigree. So I think if Eddie Howe loses his Carabao Cup, and he's definitely on his way out the door, that's probably what we see happening for next Sunday, the 26th, the Carabao Cup final. Ten Hag's first trophy. They win without Ronaldo. They win the trophy without Ronaldo. Do better without Ronaldo. Same thing with Juve. Same thing with Man United. Same thing. Better without. Hell, he's like in Saudi Arabia.